Okay, this is the Ultimate Lit Grid Study Guide, category 100 words. Let's start off with hyperbole, which is a figure of speech that uses exaggeration to express strong emotion, to make a point or evoke humor. A simile is comparing two unlike things using like or as. Apostrophe is the figure of speech that directly addresses an absent or imaginary character or thing. Consonance is the repetition of the consonant sounds in two or more words in close proximity. Allusion is an expression designed to call something to mind without mentioning it explicitly. Zeugma is a figure of speech in which one word applies to two others in an understood sense. Dissonance is the unpleasant or unharmonious sound. Oxymoron is conjoining contradictory terms. Feminine rhyme is a rhyme of two syllables, one stressed syllable and one unstressed. Sigmatism is the repetition of S sounds. Personification is giving human characteristics to a non-human thing. Enjambment is the run-on line of poetry. Tautology is the needless repetition of an idea. Masculine rhyme is the rhyme that falls on the stressed and concluding syllable of a word. An Italian sonnet is an octave. The rhyme scheme is ABBA, ABBA, and is a sestet in various patterns. A ballad is a narrative poem in 4-line stanzas. Miltonic sonnet is a variation on the Italian sonnet. The rhyme scheme is kept, but the volta between the octave and the sestet is removed. Leonine rhyme is the rhyming of two or more words in the same line of poetry. Iambic is unstressed, stressed. Compound rhyme is a rhyme between primary and secondary stressed syllables. A conceit is a fancy, far-fetched expression, usually in the form of an extended metaphor. A pun is a joke exploiting possible different meanings of a word. Irony is the contrast between expectation and reality. A sonnet has 14 lines, any number of formal rhyme schemes, and it is typically 10 syllables. Pyrrhic is unstressed, unstressed. An elegy is a lament for the dead, a poem of serious reflection. A rondeau is a 13-line poem in 3 stanzas, 5-3-5. Pastoral is a work of literature dealing with rural life. Dactyl is stressed, unstressed, unstressed. Barbarism is the incorrect usage of words or forms of languages. Philistinism is the worship of mechanical and material prosperity, disregard of beauty, culture, and spirit. Boustrophedon, or Boustrophedon, is an ancient writing system of alternating lines, left to right, then right to left. Anapest is unstressed, unstressed, stressed. An allonym is the name of an author taken by another as a pen name. Slepsis is the use of a word understood in relation to two others in a different sense. Metathesis, or metathesis, is the transposition of words in a sound, the slip of tongue. Volta is the turn of a poem. A spoonerism is an accidental but humorous distortion of words by changing the initial sound. A Shakespearean sonnet has 3 quatrains, a couplet in iambic pentameter, and the rhyme scheme is AB-AB, CD-CD, EF-EF, G-G. Pentameter is a line of poetry with 5 feet. A malapropism is a word humorously misused. Haiku is a Japanese poem with 3 unrun lines, 5-7-5, and it's usually about nature. Elision is the omission of an unstressed vowel or syllable. An allegory is a story, poem, or picture that contains a hidden or deeper meaning. Spondy is stressed, stressed. Identical rhyme employs the same word in spelling and sound in a rhyme. Harangue or harangue is an aggressive speech. An exposition is a comprehensive description of an idea or theory. Caesura is the natural break in a line of poetry. A syndeton is the omission of conjunctions between words, phrases, or clauses. A quatrain is a 4-line stanza. A poetic foot is a group of syllables in a line of poetry, usually 1 accented syllable and 2 unaccented. An octave is an 8-line stanza. Pathetic fallacy is the faulty reasoning that inappropriately ascribes human feeling to nature or objects. Internal rhyme is a rhyme inside a line. Burlesque is a piece of literature meant to ridicule a subject. A tragicomedy is a piece of drama with aspects of a tragedy and a comedy. Shinryu is a Japanese poem similar to haiku, but focuses on humans instead of nature, and it's often in a humorous or satirical way. Novel of character has the primary interest in the character's thoughts and feelings. Mimesis is imitation. Heteronym is where two or more words that have the same spelling but different meanings. A paradox is a contradictory statement. A metaphor is comparison of two unlike things without using like or as. Litotes or litotes is an ironic understatement. Assonance is the repetition of a vowel sound in close proximity. Synecdoche is where the part is used as the whole. Metonymy is the substitution of the name of something for an attribute. Onomatopoeia is a sound as a word, like oink, meow, bang, swoosh. Alliteration is the repetition of a letter at the beginning of a word. Reification is the viewing of an immaterial object as a concrete thing. Anaphora is the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of a sentence. A Spenserian sonnet has 3 quatrains. It's an iambic pentameter, and the rhyme scheme is ABAB, BCBC, CDCD, EE. Ambiguity is the multiple meanings of a word or sentence. A euphemism is a nicer way of saying something unpleasant. A chiasmus is the statement of 2 parts, where the second part is reversed. Trochaic is stressed, unstressed. Terza rima is a 3-line stanza with the rhyme scheme ABA, BCB, CDC. An epiphany is a sudden burst of insight. I rhyme. Looks like they rhyme, but they do not because of pronunciation. An understatement is a presentation of something being smaller than it really is. Polyptoton is the repetition of words derived from the same root. An English sonnet has 3 quatrains, a concluding couplet in iambic pentameter, and the rhyme scheme is ABAB, CDCD, EFEF, GG, which is just a Shakespearean sonnet. Tetrameter is 4 poetic feet in a line. Synthesia is describing one thing in terms of another, like smelling colors. Pantoum is a series of quatrains. The rhyme scheme is ABAB, BCBC, CDCD, and repeated lines. An inversion is the inverted order of words in a sentence. Iamb is unstressed, stressed. An eponym is a person whose name is thought to be the name of something. Epinelepsis is the repetition of the word at the beginning of a clause repeated at the end of the clause. An Albaid is a poem about dawn. Trochee is stressed, unstressed. Novel of manners is a novel of the discussion of the habits of a particular social group. A legend is a narrative handed down through generations. A Jeremiad is an elaborate tale of sadness. Pleonasm is the use of redundant words to enrich the thought. An epithet is a descriptive phrase of a quality characteristic of a person or thing. An epistolary is correspondence through letters, and a stanza is a paragraph in a poem. The end.